Hey everyone, Suzi here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms, and for this video we're going to talk dev insights. I totally missed this post from the 19th, so I'm late to the party, but yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so this post is feedback from questions between August 26th and September 8th, and again, this was actually posted on the 19th, and I did not do it. But if you are like a lot of people and you don't want to read a wall of text, I'm here to, go through this with you and only cherry pick some good ones and not just read through the stuff that they hardly reply to. So let's check it out first here. And yeah, hopefully there's some interesting little Easter eggs for content to come if we ever get an update. All right, question 3 says, please remove flat stack gear from gear dungeons and create a pity on identifiable gear at 100 runs. They say, we plan to increase the production of gear in gear dungeons in the future. I don't know what that means exactly, but that's their answer. Question 4, please allow us to save gear loadouts for a team of heroes. For example, let me save the gear loadouts for my APOC 2 team and press one button to equip all those heroes with their assigned loadout. They say, we plan to test some gameplay features and gather feedback before promoting them across all gameplay modes. So they already started this with Guild War. And with Arena. However, the update where that is part of, we haven't got to the global servers yet. So they're starting there, but it sounds like there's potential to have it go across other gameplay modes in the future. I think just that's the reality of these games. The older they get, the more content that's added, the more demanding it is on our time, the more they need to add quality of life features. I would never expect a game to come out of the gate and have team presets or gear presets right away, or anything like that, because it's like you kind of only have so much content anyway, so it's not too much of a time drain. But the more they add more content, then they start adding, okay, now here's some gear presets, all right, now here's some team presets, now here's like full team gearing and team presets. I don't know, but yeah, it's definitely a process, I feel like, and this games seem to give those features as time goes on, so it makes sense that they would eventually go there. Okay, so this is worded a little bit weird, but they say they're planning it in the future, or May. So let me just read it. So, hi, us commanders are heroes too. Would it be possible for us to have gear on our own? Maybe you could create a whole new and awesome gear aid just for commanders. After hard work, perhaps we can get the privilege of adorning ourselves with special rings, bracelets, brooches, etc. that only commanders can wear and give us unique and special buffs, like a vampire blood necklace that allows for 10% faster redeployment, or a ring that increases luck on a roll for better stats on gear. Unique things that commanders would enjoy. So the idea of making the commander a playable hero and then having special gear and whatnot for that playable hero. I think that's what this means, which is really cool. Like in Dragonair, as a comparable example, you're the traveler, and your traveler can switch from different elements. Like maybe you could be a multi-faction, or you could be like an unnamed hero, or you can go with any faction as a commander. That's a really cool idea. And then it would also be like the idea of Dragonair where you can customize the appearance of yourself as the commander. I would love that in this game too. Hell yeah, every game. I want to make my character. I don't want raid where you get to pick a starter character and okay, everyone picks the same characters or whatever. And okay, cool, you got characters. I want to be able to pick like that's one thing I think that made Dragonair so fun, because most of these gacha games don't do that, where you have a a version of you, like an RPG that's like a single player RPG where you customize your character and your appearance, and you can gear them and play them and change elements and be versatile. I would love that. I think that's such a cool idea for Watcher of Realms or any gacha game. I would highly love that. Oh yeah, but sorry, their reply was, "Thank you for your suggestion, Commander. We may introduce new gameplay modes in this format in the future." I don't think I read that out loud. If I did, I just said it again. It's fine. Okay, let's go. All right, so regarding Init, I have Init and watching a review, I saw his ultimate doesn't work properly. Specifically, the strong blast that's supposed to occur at the end. When will this be fixed? They say, "Thank you for the feedback, Commander. We have noticed this issue and are currently in the process of locating and fixing it." So Init will get fixed. All right, and with this next comment, definitely do not sell your ancient gear. Don't sell it, even if it's bad, even if it's crit rate main stats and you don't need those for your account. Don't sell them. All right, so this is for more endgame players, but could a feature be added to address the ancient gear and unused items? I have over 25 crit rate main stat bangles, including 5 variants that I'll never use. It feels wasteful to sell them with them being so rare. Could the devs develop a feature or implement a feature to dismantle ancient items for useful materials? For example, dismantling could return Gearforge materials, refining crystal shards, or gear recasting hammer shards, with better returns for dismantling variant gear. I've included a snippet of my crit rate gear, blah, blah, blah. All right, so I'm sure other players face similar issues, love the game, and want to see it grow. Feels like this is the only problem. It feels like this problem will only get worse without a solution. Thanks for everything thanks for everything as always, and keep up the great work. So they do finally state clearly, we have planned this feature. Details will be announced soon. So dismantling ancient gear has been a topic in these dev insights for a long time. And they always say, I think they're always vague if I remember right, being like, yeah, we'll consider that in the future. But now it says, we have planned this feature. Stay tuned. So definitely do not sell any ancient or variant gear. Because, not mythic, just the ancient itself. Ancient mythic, right? All right. All right, we have one in French here. So let me read the translation. It might be messy, but I'm going to try. All right. Since the goal of the game is to collect and improve our characters in order to progress in all types of content, what's the point of blocking us from improving spells and making our characters close to useless in most content? Is it to push players to participate in events for rewards? I've been playing since July 2023, and even today I have 49 characters who don't have their spells at max level. Oh yeah, our skills, it's impossible to skill everybody, literally, not even close. So many heroes I don't use because they're not skilled, it's true. Since new guild boss loot system, it's become even rarer to get interesting rewards. We are invaded by mythical extracts that no one cares about. I find that slowing down on the optimization of characters so much and therefore limiting their use is not a good idea. It prevents everyone from fully enjoying the game. So I don't have a miracle idea. I don't know if putting a level of farming of rare and epic and legendary crystals would be a good thing. I don't know if completely removing the crystal system would even be better. It's already hard to compete with the awakenings of an Awakening 5 character. So if we also have to complete the skills. But just a remark, an observation that weighs on me more and more over time, it's becoming relatively frustrating to have so many unusable people. But thank you for reading this, and if the message can be heard by the development team, if my message, I'm sure other players also report this kind of awareness on the skill crystals, one day allow this tiring and frustrating system to be changed, then I'd be happy, just like the rest of the players, enjoy the game and its different contents even more. So they do reply saying, this has given us a great direction and we've made note of it and are discussing feasibly. So I feel like this is the first time they really say they're going to maybe change something related to skill crystals, because Usually people just complain that there's not enough skill crystals, and that's simply a complaint, and they just reply with, oh, you can get them in other content and future events. They have the same replies of like, oh, don't worry, like you can get them in, we have increased them in the game and you can get them in events. Like they say like the same thing or about the same thing as the reply. But again, this is another change in reply compared to previous dev insights like the other one. So maybe they will allow something like a farming for skill crystals, or maybe we can convert epics into legendaries through that farming as well. I don't know. It can't be too easy to max out every single hero though the second you get them at the same time, right? Like, I don't think it should be every single hero you get, you can instantly max them with skills and everything. Like that's a little broken, but it should definitely be a little bit easier to get them, especially even if you're willing to spend. Like I have to say, as someone who spends, I don't see skill crystals in the shop very much, right? So it's kind of like, even if you want to whale out on characters, which we do, and then you don't have enough skill crystals to skill them, that's an unfortunate side effect of the whaling, and it gets frustrating. I don't know. I am getting, honestly though, I have to disagree with this comment in some regard, as when it comes to the Drake's Chasm guild boss, I get legendary skill crystals multiple times a week. So they're definitely there, and we're definitely not watered down. I feel like I get them pretty frequently. I even got one today and yesterday, and I think the day before, not gonna lie. So here it says, give us a couple epic and rare anti-air fighters. We already have plans for this. Stay tuned. All right, so maybe an epic coming that can also hit the air, like a lot of our top tier legendaries like Arrogance or Zilla 2 or Ardea, I think, as well. And then there's a comment right after about adding more epics to the game of higher levels, and they just say they have plans for that as well. All right, so this big question TLDR is that Giselle sucks. And they do reply saying, we have made some adjustments to Giselle. You can check the info in announcements in future version updates. So Giselle will finally get a buff or adjustment. All right, there's some talk here about Laya. Elowen and Hollow can't regenerate Laya's rage, or regenerate rage for Laya during the alt, even at her Awakening 3. At Awakening 3, Laya only regenerates rage from her own alts, not from Elowen or Hollow. She is weak compared to the other lords. At least make her Awakening 3 a bit more useful, allowing her to get rage from other sources during the alt. So they say, this is an interesting explanation, currently periodic rage regen has high coverage but low logic. Laya has the highest periodic healing, so she isn't affected by healing stacks from Elowen and Hollow. We will update her hero description to reflect this. And there was something else here too with Micah about updating the description. So it looks like they are looking, if you guys feel like something isn't explained well, we do need to push that, and hopefully it helps to get some of these descriptions that are vague or not correct fixed. All right, now I think they're talking about gear, but also I feel like we need more space for heroes because it's annoying. But I guess the whole summoning vault thing is not too bad. But it sounds like we're getting some more gear space. With the introduction of new tunes, we need different gear for different situations. Please, like, increase the space. They say we expect to expand storage capacity in the next version update. So more gear space coming soon. I'm so happy for this next one because this is one of the things I have never understood why Watcher has not had since day one. Every game I've played, except for maybe trying Summoner's War right now, warns you when you don't have gear on a hero before you go into battle. Except Watcher and Summoner's War. But this is, yeah, this is so silly. Please tell us before we enter a match that somebody is missing gear, or at least give us an option to quick equip everyone on the team who doesn't have gear on. Because the game loves to auto-pick your last used team, And of course, 6 Heroes BP will clear the warning sign. It will be green, like you're good to go, but your tank or healer has no armor. And I'm getting annoyed with gear. I'm getting late game, and I don't love the prospect of going from playing tower defense game to a gear farming simulator. Farm 100 pieces of gear to roll 5 and keep 1. Thank you for the suggestion. We are working on the reminder feature. We expect it to be available in a version in the near future. Yay! You're missing gear. We're gonna get a reminder. Thank you. This is a good dev insight. There's a lot of like more clear answers about upcoming stuff. I like it. All right, Nightmare 5, Drake's Chasm. We're long overdue. They say we are planning this and expect to release it in the second half of the year. So now, meaning like before the year's over, I guess. I hope they don't mean next year because that's a ways away. All right, and I feel like that was a pretty good wrap up of the main points here. We're still waiting on the update. I don't think they have information because when they do, they're probably going to announce, okay guys, the update is coming on X and X date. So I think we're still waiting for Apple being Apple. I did see a conversation with someone saying that it's related to Apple trying to do like weird extra charges on devices where, what was it, that if you install the game using an Apple device and then you play it on another device and make purchases, then Apple charges an additional fee, and maybe that's something they're fighting back on. I saw that conversation. I think it was Pink Jesus, but I don't know if that's 100% correct or speculation based on what's going on with Apple and other games publicly. But yeah, we're still waiting, but I'm not too worried. Honestly, it's kind of nice to have a break from new stuff, as I say that after I just freaking rage pulled all of my summons. So to me, it doesn't feel any different. It's kind of nice to save. If you did save and not pull everything for Lust, then at least you'll have a lot when the new characters come. Okay, anyway, I have nothing. Let's not talk about that. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. There was lots of goodies in this one. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.